What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well today. Been a while, I won't lie. I've just been busy recently, just been dealing with life, had things to do, and I've not really been too stressed on the whole video front, which has been quite nice. But today, I really wanted to make this video because I scrolled through MXP mods, as I do every now and then, and I saw the words Dell Best X. Now, if any of you have been around MX Simulator in the past, you should probably be familiar with this track. I'm always seeing servers with Dell Best X running on it, and I know I played it back in the day when it first came out. It was originally a release by KA Works back in 2016, November of 2016. But this one's a little bit weird. So it was made, well, I say it was posted by a guy called Noxo, who I've never heard of before, but it just says he's remade Dell. Now, when I first see that, I'm like, oh god, has someone taken a track without consent, or has he remade it from scratch just based off the original? And then I scrolled down to the download link, and this is where things get a little bit odd. So he's put a link to basically a non-commercial regulations website, which is really odd. It just goes on about how you can kind of, if it's non-commercial, no money involved, you're free to redistribute this content and build upon it and just adapt and so on. And I just thought that was very interesting because whilst at the end of the day they may be very well entitled to kind of take this track and re-import into another game because there's no monetary gain from it, there's still a level of respect that goes into it. I mean, I'm sure that KA Works put a hell of a lot of effort into it when he was originally making it for MX Sim. So if there's not been any permission gotten and Noxo has just decided to take it from one game to another and then just slap that website on there as almost as if to cover his own back, whilst he's entitled to do so, I still think it's a little bit odd. Definitely should have asked permission. If he's got permission, then I do apologise for almost firing shots in a way, but there was no mention of that whatsoever on the original post, so I'm just speculating. From riding these first two laps, very poorly I might add, you can tell I've not played bikes in a few days. It does feel like the actual base terrain itself is very similar, and as we know from previous imports from sim over to bikes, that doesn't always bode well. Just with the physics of bikes, sometimes it can feel a little bit odd, just a bit strange. Although saying that as well, I know for a fact this wall jump right here is very steep in sim. So maybe I am wrong. It's a bit of an odd one. I'm not too sure. Maybe if the track creator ever watches these videos, maybe he can shed some light on it. I was quite surprised to see there was absolutely 0 comments on the post on MXV mods. Now, usually when it comes to tracks taken from one game to another, people are all over it. So unless I've just managed to hop on before anyone's had the chance to say anything about it, then fair enough. But very odd. I've definitely never ever seen someone link basically the rules and regulations around sharing digital work, so to speak. It's just, yeah, very weird. So I thought I'd hop on, make a video on this track, and I just need to play some bikes because, as you can see, it's not going very well. I'm probably down to maybe like 5 hours or so in the last 2 weeks. Definitely been slacking. As I say, real life has been in the way. I went riding on Monday. Didn't get any footage, I'm afraid, but I had such a good day. It was almost like a bike testing day for me. So everybody that went, well, nearly everybody that went, I knew in person previously. It was just a nice chill day, had the track to ourselves, and I rode so many different bikes. Obviously, I took my own YZ250F. I rode a 2021 CRF 250. I rode 2 different KTM 350s. One was a enduro version, so it's a bit more tame, a lot more bottom end, and one was just the standard motocross version. I rode a very old TM125, which I have to say was probably my favourite bike of the day. I think I am a 2-stroke rider at heart. I do miss my old 2-stroke days, and it's actually got me second guessing, if I'm honest, on if I want to go back to it. But in a little bit of a weird spot when it comes to my motocross, because I originally went 4-stroke back when I was competing on quite a regular basis. Sole reason being is there's some tracks that you go to, here in the UK, you're racing, it's all open, you're not just filtered by class at all. I was on my old YZ 125 and I was against brand new 450s, and whilst you can try as hard as you like, it's very, very difficult to get a good start against these boys. So you're always finding yourself fighting from the back. So I originally went 4-stroke just to give myself a little bit of help out the gate. But now the time's come where I don't really compete anymore. I just ride for the sake of riding and having a good time. I'm almost tempted to go back down the 2-stroke route again. So I've got my 125. It's in storage. You know, it needs rebuilding and such, and it's a 2008. So she's getting on a little bit now. I can quite easily see if I can get that rebuilt, ride that no problem, but now I'm almost toying with the idea of getting something a little bit new. But here's the dilemma. I don't think I would ever want to get a new 125. It seems a little bit pointless to me. I've never ever been great with the Austrian bikes. So the KTMs, the Huskies and such. I don't know if it's the geometry or whether it might be, but every time I've ridden one, I've never really gelled with it. Yamahas do seem to be the bike for me. So I'm almost contemplating getting a, what is the 252 stroke. But then there's part of me that's worrying if I'm even going to be able to hold on to the bloody thing for an entire session's worth if I'm struggling with arm pump as it is. But then in the back of my mind, I'm kind of thinking, you know what, I'm eating better, I'm drinking a lot more water nowadays to keep myself hydrated, I'm exercising a lot more, so maybe the day will come where I can do that. But I want some opinions from you guys. What do you think the move is if you was to go back 2-stroke? Would you just go 250? Would you go 125? I'm quite eager to know what bikes you guys have and what kind of riding you do, because every now and then I do some enduro stuff as well, and I know that the 252 strokes are quite good when it comes to enduros. You know, you can lug them around a little bit more, and I've actually got one of those coming up. So on the, oh god, what day is it? I want to say it's the 28th of this month. I'm going to Canada Heights, which is a track that I've put 2 GoPros up before, but it's an enduro where you kind of use part of the track, you go off in the woods, there's a massive open field out the back that you go around as well, and the whole thing's 3 hours long, and they just say, you know what, off you go right, go do as many laps as you can for 3 hours, and just go have some fun. And honestly, that sort of riding is probably some of the most fun to me, because A, it's something different, and B, I really have no expectations when I go and do it, so I just have fun riding my bike. I know when you race and you race against similar people all the time, you kind of know where you should be, and you can have weekends where maybe you don't quite meet your own expectations and you can be disappointed, and it's nice just riding the bike for the sake of riding the bike. As I think I've said it before, I'm very, very jealous of you guys that have a lot of kind of free, not free riding, because that makes me just feel like massive bloody dunes that you see videos on YouTube and stuff, but you know, where you can just go out and ride your bike without having to worry about like police coming for you, or you've just got lots of open wilderness around you, and that's something that you don't really get where I'm from in the UK. It's all urban, you know, there's no way you can just go riding. I mean, the track that I went to on Monday is 2.5 hours away, because it's the only thing that we could really book with short notice. So we are a little bit lackluster on the track side of things, which I always a bit jealous of people who have multiple tracks within like an hour or so. But I think I've mentioned this before, and some of you guys even said that you haven't even got one track within like 2 hours. So I can't complain too much. You know, everyone's in a different boat, different situations. But one thing that was quite fun is my dad actually took some gear with him, and he rode a bunch of different bikes for the first time in quite a while. You know, he had his fair share of crashes and injuries over the years, and I mean, both of his knees are basically shot at this point. He'd done his ACL in both of them, and yeah, not very good. So he threw some gear on, got on a bike, and seemed to really enjoy himself. And dare I say it, I think he might have got the itch for it again. So maybe we'll be going out a little bit more frequently, which I'd really enjoy. I've done it as usual, you know, gone a little bit of a rant, which is a bit off topic, but I just wanted to let you guys know about that day. It was a really fun day. I mean, the track was beat, you know. It's been so dry here in the UK for the last couple of weeks, and the track had no water. You know, the massive ditch that looks like they usually get their water from, you could probably only fill up a paddling pool with the amount of water that was in it. So the track was very hard pack and very stony. But regardless, because it wasn't like a normal practice day and you've not only got X amount of sessions, it was just nice going on and off whenever you wanted, just having a bit of fun playing cat and mouse with different people. And I don't mind it when I could even ride like a bloody Goats Trail, just for a day of fun. It's when that you pay quite a lot of money and go to what is meant to be an organised event, which I think I mentioned in my last actual practice video that I put out. That's when it gets a little bit disappointing. You expect a bit more effort put in, but really fun day. Very excited to do it again, and probably should get onto this track. I've done. Oh god, I'm on lap 7 already. So this is a bit of a weird one. I still can't put my finger on it or not if this terrain has been taken straight from Sim and it's been modified slightly. I can't work it out. I'm sure some of you guys will probably know better than I, because it's been a while since I played the Sim version. I just thought it was so weird. It's so weird that they've just linked, like, not given really any credits to, or not said that they've got permission to do so, just put a link to some regulations. It's so strange. I mean, go check it out for yourself if you haven't done so yet. I'm sure you'll find it very interesting. And yeah, I'm surprised no one's said anything about it on the comments, because there's usually something. You get all kinds of weird and wonderful people commenting on there. As far as the flow goes, I'm probably not doing it very much justice. I'm sure it flows absolutely fine once you get a rhythm going. And I'm so rusty on bikes right now. I mean, you guys can see it in front of your very eyes. I did hop on a 250 for a change, but I thought the 450 on a lot of Supercross tracks can be overkill, so I didn't want to do it. And I mean, you can see me overjumping quite a few of these triples. But yeah, some of the rhythms are very odd, because it doesn't feel like you get enough boost off the lips to hit the same lines as you would on Sim. Now, on Sim, there's quads and all sorts on this track. You know, you can really send it, which is probably why it's a bit of a fan favourite, and you always see it on servers, because it's not the most difficult track by any means. I mean, putting a whole lap together with the big boy lines is very difficult, but just riding it for the sake of riding's fairly straightforward. No, it's nice and easy, nothing too challenging. But I mean, go give this a go. If you actually do know a bit more information, then please let me know down in the comments. I quite often use you guys as like a point of reference, or where I get my information from. I was going to sign off the video just there, but I mean, I'm not sure how much I meant to say anyway, because I am part of like a private beta 18 development group. But I thought I'd give you guys a tiny bit of an update on what's been worked on the last couple of days. So finally, it looks like the main man, Piboso, is getting around to working on the crashing to desktop. So that is both in the joining of servers and, you know, when you go over a berm, then your game just instantly crashes. That's being worked on as well. And early tests look like it's been majorly improved. Not too sure on the server side of things just yet. In terms of when your front wheel goes over a berm and your game crashes, there's been people who have actually spent maybe 20-25 minutes forcefully trying to get their game to crash on berms that are notorious for it, on tracks that are notorious for it. And I think there was one crash in about 20 minutes, which is such a huge improvement. It's unreal, and it's one of the things that makes me wonder why it's not happened sooner. But regardless, it's better late than never. So there's something exciting to look forwards to. Looks like finally we're getting to the root of some of the game's major issues. And let me know as well, if you've made it to this point in the video, let me know what you think are some of the most important fixes or updates that the game needs right now, because I feel like I'm in an okay position to relay that information to the devs. So anything you guys think, I mean, if you scroll through the comments and you already see that someone's mentioned what you think for, just like their comment, and I'll see if I can get the one or two most liked ones and report back to the boss mans and see if we can get things updated. But yeah, it's just actually some positive news. It looks like things are rolling in the right direction. I know the OEM guys have just released a website where you can keep up to date with all of the Beta 18 OEM bike progress. If you go onto the MX Bikes Discord and go into the news channel, you'll find a link to that. I don't have it off the top of my head. I'll see if I can do some digging right to that, and I'll leave it into the link of this video if I remember. But I think that would do it for me. I don't really have anything extra to add, other than what's the best way of saying this? I wouldn't expect a video every day from me for the time being. Just while I'm working on things outside of YouTube and work, I've just, you know, I'm one man. You know, I've only got so much time. If this was my day job, then I'd have no issue doing it at all. But just trying to balance things, and I don't want to cause myself any unnecessary stress, because I'm actually in a really good place right now. And I want to say a good few months ago, I was just like really struggling, like proper stressed out. But you know what, as of late, I've been feeling pretty good and just enjoying things again, and that's the most important thing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. most importantly. And if you have, please do drop a like. It really, really helps the channel grow. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, whatever it is you guys are up to. And until you, catch you in the next video. Peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain, even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want.